meet the VinFast VF6 straight from Vietnam. This is the Vin Infinity variant, which gets this unlimited glass roof. But this also gets a 59.6 kilowatt hour battery that makes 201 horsepower and 310 newton meters of torque. Now that is pretty quick for an EV of this range. Now today we're going to find out what is good and what is not about this car. So watch this video till the end to know more. This is a fairly new car and a fairly new brand in India. So we're going to explore what all VinFast has done well and what it could have done better. Let's talk about the design. So I'm not going to read the brochure specs to you directly. I'm going to tell you how it feels or looks, my opinion. Now, this connected treatment that we have going on here apparently is supposed to resemble a bird, which it does fairly nicely. And this thing definitely does get a lot of attention on the road. So if you are someone who enjoys the attention, this car just might be for you. And if you come over here to the side, this car, although this is an SUV, the end, which sort of merges in the roof and the end, it sort of makes it or gives it the illusion that it looks like a hatchback. Now, that can be a good thing for moods, but if that is not for you, maybe the Creta EV is something that you should consider. But overall, styling-wise, this definitely looks different and in a good way. Let's talk about the boot space. This is rated at 423 liters, measured from the top to the bottom. So while in theory 423 liters sounds like a lot, when you're out in real life, it is enough, plenty. You can definitely fit 2 suitcases. That should be more than enough if you're going away for a weekend, because anyways, this is an EV. So where are you going to go even? So when you get into the cabin of the VF6, you definitely you're sort of like hit with a sense of premiumness. They've used a very healthy amount of vegan leather all throughout the cabin. It's definitely a good thing because you get soft touch points almost everywhere you touch. It's a very minimalistic design. You get these bronze goldish accents, which also add to the premiumness factor. But this minimalistic design leads to a major scarcity of buttons, which creates an over-reliance of even the most basic features straight to the screen, which can get pretty distracting. So VinFast should definitely have added a lot more buttons in the cabin. There's literally no other buttons in the cabin other than these switches over here for the gear and changing your modes. And on the steering wheel, you've got your controls for the media settings and the cruise control. So and of course you get your volume knob over here, your parking light button, and a door lock unlock button over here that lock all 4 doors. So what do you think? I'm sitting in the rear seat now, and the first thing that comes to mind is that the lacking under thigh support. It should have been much better, but all thanks to the raised seat flooring, you are left with wanting for more with the underside support. Legroom is okay. The driving seat is set to a position of my height. I'm 5 feet 10 for reference. So the knee room is definitely okay. The underside support could have been better. The seat is slightly upright, but I don't think you'll have a problem because the suspension is tuned very well. And hey, my head doesn't touch, so that's a plus. Let's come to the part that I have been super eager to tell you about, the driving. This car has genuinely impressed me, and I'll tell you why. You see, if you go and test drive the Creta EV and the BE6, both of them get power steering. This gets it as well. But the steering wheel on this is very communicative. This is something an enthusiast would absolutely love. I am not kidding. The steering wheel is so communicative. It probably had better communication skills than your ex. Sorry for the personal attacks, but I am genuinely not kidding. It's a very nice steering wheel. It has a lot. It tells you a lot of information. This is exactly what you expect from a car, and the acceleration is nuts. You will enjoy it. The acceleration is pretty erratic, especially in sports mode. It just flies out like a bullet. It does 0 to 100 in 8.9 seconds thanks to a 59.6 kilowatt hour battery, and that makes around 200 horsepower and 310 Nm of torque. So I mean,
it's pretty adequate. It makes less power than the B6, but quite frankly, this is more than enough in the city. You are not gonna go on a racetrack, so this is more than enough. This is a front wheel drive, and this car loves to spin its wheels at any given moment, even in normal, even in eco. This thing spins its wheels like there's no tomorrow. So you definitely are gonna be expecting a tire change at a much quicker interval, maybe at 10,000 kilometers if you drive like me, because I absolutely love launching this car. And if you talk about the horn, it's pretty nice. It reminds me of those old the before the India 2.0 Volkswagen cars. Very nice, very solid. The doors have a very solid thud. Surprisingly, this has a very European sort of soul into this, I would say, because I'm talking about the driving dynamics. The body roll is very well contained. Highway mannerisms are excellent, and this suspension is just tuned in such a complex way that it's difficult to describe. But it's it's not very it's not gonna break your back. It's comfortable, but at the same time, it will not disappoint you when you're throwing this in the corners. Very well controlled body roll. Of course, the weight is 2028 kilograms, so maybe that also helps with the increased center of gravity and the weight of the car. But this handles very nicely. It's absolutely beautiful in terms of handling. The HUD looks very nice. It's crisp. The screen has no problem. I mean, it's bright enough in the day to use. The only gripe, of course, is the over dependency on the steering wheel. Just way too, you're just way too reliant on the steering wheel. But other than that, I am absolutely enjoying this car. The pull is mind-blowing. The steering wheel is super precise, and I know I'm repeating the steering wheel point again and again, but it's just that good. You're definitely gonna enjoy this. So please, whenever you get the time, if you're based out of Mumbai, call up VinFast Navi Mumbai and ask them for a test drive of the VinFast VF6. It is genuinely a brilliant car. VinFast definitely does need to add more buttons, so I'm gonna call out VinFast on that. Also, the rear seat space, it does sort of feel cramped if you are gifted vertically. If not, then it's totally fine. It's more than enough. But yeah, this is definitely a hoot of a car to drive. So, what do you think about this car? Let us know in the comments below. We're super excited to hear what you think about this very new brand in India trying to navigate its way. Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Six Pistons Media for more such reviews. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. I'm gonna go enjoy this car. See you.